Nintendo Switch is on the tail end of its lifespan and has been greying for a while, but now it's starting to get closer to the time all console owners fear, the day we put it down.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Unlike some consoles, this one will be a hard one, as it has been in the family longer than some pets.
You mean me?
But they're going to a better place, that little shelf in the sky. Maybe one day we'll resurrect it, brush that dust off and play Mario Sunshine for an hour or two. It's the best Mario game. You might even play a couple more games, but we all know where this ends, making it time to start to talk about the future of Nintendo. Welcome back to the Mumbling Gamer. On today's we'll mumbling about the next generation of Switch and what can be improved. I know, you look at this little thing and think it's perfect, but if you could choose out of which console you would buy a game for, when was the last time you bought it for the Switch? So here are 5 things what can be improved for the next generation of Switch.
Let's go!
Achievements or stars. Trophies, the completionist in us all love these. Actually, that's a bad choice of words these days. Uh-oh, is that too soon? Anyway, for the player they give a sense of achievement. Every time I play a Nintendo game, it feels like 5% of the experience is missing. In Bayonetta, I want a weird achievement for doing something. Well, you shouldn't.
Hey you!
Some Switch games in the past have had some bad stories, or maybe more than some. Let's just say Nintendo games aren't setting any record for script lines. And sometimes for a solo player who has no friends like me, it gets to the point where you look at the game and it feels
Okay?
Life is pointless and nothing matters, and I'm always tired.
a star could fix that feeling of emptiness. That little sense of achievement, that little pop-up that suits up right to your brain, what makes you feel like 100% in the game, what makes all of us feel something. When I play Luigi's Mansion, I want a little star to appear to show that you've Marioed. Nintendo's all about that nostalgia. What is more nostalgic than getting a good old-fashioned gold star from Mr. Bowser himself? Before we officially get into number 2, I need something for the next generation of Switch. I need this little flip thing where the game goes in to be changed. A lot of you who have nails maybe don't even know about this problem, but for anyone who has replaced the OG Switch with the OLED, who bite their dirty little fingernails, know the pain of trying to open the Switch to put a new game in. I found myself using Anusol to open it or stealing my missus's finger to switch the game. I've had the devil's game stuck in there for 1 year. In the end, it forced me to buy digitally. Wait, is that why they did this? They're slowly making us hate physical media because we can't put a physical games in a console. Soon we'll have to do a 30-minute puzzle to get a disc or cartridge into my console. I'm getting old. I play for 30 minutes and give up because there's too much gameplay and not enough story. By the time I get my cartridge in, I don't know what to play, and I end up playing Enter the Gungeon for 5 hours. It's 4 AM. I just wanted to play 10 minutes of Bayonetta 3, and now I have 11 broken nails. I tried using my toe. Don't worry, we will get to number 2. Number 2. But before then, we would like to remind you to subscribe to the Mumbling Gamer, to spread the word of the mumbles to the masses, to continue the viewage of the future mumbles. Now, number 2. This should be as quick as a simple yow! I would make an argument now that every console should take the Xbox route. No, not take over 5 years to release a game, then release this, then buy a load of studios, release near to nothing and be the least sold console of the generation.
Someone cooked here.
No, I mean the one thing that Xbox do right compared to most others. Xbox is weirdly the most wokest generation with being able to play them games before it. If it has a disc drive, a PS6 should be able to play the PS1, the PS2, 3, 4 and 5, even though Nintendo can't do this because for some reasons they hate discs. God, I love Nintendo, the weird little bastards. Obviously we need the last generation of Switch games to be played on the new console. This generation was probably one of the best of Nintendo's, with games like generational sellers like Bayonetta, Little Friends Dogs and Cats and 1-2 Switch. But everyone and their pocket Kirby
Kill me.
wants to play the old Switch games on the new possible generation. But let's go even deeper in the Nintendo past generation that Nintendo has weirdly forgotten. The weird, the wonderful, DS generation. Does anyone really miss the DS? I don't think it had enough appreciation in the UK. In the land of leaves, it did. People were playing it for ages, but here it doesn't, and it feels like this should be integrated in to the next Switch. Maybe I'm just kind of biased because one of my favourite Kingdom Hearts games on it, and I could just imagine playing it on the next generation of Switch. It would be amazing. I hate the Kingdom Hearts that they haven't actually adapted all of them onto console. It's so annoying. I don't want to watch cutscenes of shit. Looking at it, it would be perfect. Maybe I just went a bit off topic there. Maybe that's an idea for another video. Okay, let's carry on this one though. If we are sticking with this cartridge because Nintendo been then doing it their own way, why can't we have the D's physical catalogue available to play on the next generation of Switch? Wait, DS, not D's. Especially if they add that weird little second screen which is all over the probably AI generated images of the Switch 2, or Super Switch as I want it to be called. Or maybe you look at some of the YouTubers' thumbnails which shows the Switch 2, and as something as a YouTuber myself, that's probably not a reliable source. As we all know, there's going to be something Nintendo-y in the next generation. It won't just be a better Switch like every other console generation. They'll add another screen, a third remote for your foot, or some sort of weird shit. There's so many forgotten gems though for this DS catalogue that has been forgotten about, from Zelda to Mario games. There really are some good mainline games on that system, so I think the next generation should somehow respect that through it. Surely it can't be that hard, right? Just make the cartridge size DS-y and Switchy. It's barely an inconvenience. Another obvious one for everyone from beat-em-ups to Gary who works at CX would know is upgrading the specs of the Switch. I know I don't mean the glass, I mean the technology. The current generation looks like this compared to both PlayStation and Xbox, and it needs to be upgraded to at least a PS4 level. That is a simple request. A more unsimple request is to support its accessories and make more unusual stuff throughout a generation. Through the generations of Nintendo, we have had everything from a wobble ball to a cardboard box. Even Mario Kart in your house. That was a weird but cool thing. Could you imagine PlayStation doing something out of the box? Oh god, destroy it! Cover your eyes, Jordan, cover your eyes! But Nintendo forgets about their games and technology quicker than I forgot the line of this joke. Let's have a look at the Ring Fit, for example. This thing really was a fantastic thing, but it wasn't really that fun. It was great for exercising, but that's pretty much it. And the reason for this was basically due to only having one game. At least give me a Zelda skin where I can exercise against Ganon, but I want multiple games that use that. And for mainline games like Mario, Kirby, Zelda, I want at least a mini game you can play in there with that accessory, as I still think that little ring could have at least more potential than just being a one-trick pony. Even better though, bring it back. Surely there's a way of using that tech they made through the last generation and make it a new game. I know it would be just Ring Fit 2 of a new game, but I want a proper thing. It does feel like they could just continue supporting these accessories for the next generation of console, so we could just do that. But I do wonder what they could make for the next generation of Switch. Oh my god, it's terrible. Run. Move to number 4. Move. Oh my god. It feels like apart from the actual technology, the online around this console is terrible for most games. There is obviously some exceptions here, maybe Smash Bros and that Ink game I don't care about. However, there's no doubt that the online has been an issue for a long time and really never had much of a fix. It seems like this also has a massive impact on the third party in the room. If you look at the backlog file cabinet of the Nintendo Switch, what's missing? No, not 18+ games. No, not Metroid 4. I'm talking about ports that are mainly online. They either never reach Switch, like maybe they've tried for a long time, but they can never catch that online dragon. There's a reason why we never saw Genshin Impact on Switch, even though, yeah, they announced it how many years ago? Yeah, that's never coming out, and BMX really wanted this one. Joking, I don't want to anger the Switch god. Other massive games that are also on mobile are still not on Switch, like Warzone for example. We did get Apex Legends and Fortnite, but they're not the best, and I think something needs to change here. Okay, that boring entry, it's time for the most exciting, the Wii kind of atmosphere. And no, I don't mean it should smell like Wii. I bet you've heard that before. I mean that it should, it was a terrible name. I mean that it should have a anything can happen kind of atmosphere. Even though, yes, 65% of the time it just means wiggling that stick more than your mum did last night. Sometimes something weird and wonderful would happen with that little white stick with a couple of buttons in your hand. It would turn into a steering wheel, a sword, a chainsaw, a crossbow, and even Mario's Okay, not that much the last one, but after the gas leak year of the Wii U, what does the Switch have in comparison? Some marbles and a horse eating a sandwich. 1-2 Switch was its own gas leak year. Oh no, what's that in the distance? It's a sequel! The Nintendo Switch has so many different potentials that have never been used. Take these two things for example. Where's the other one? There it is. These two have only been really used as, wait, 1 second, only been used as a controller, but never really Joy-Cons type things, like the fighty type things. Look at this. When was the last time you used this scanner? Never. And I can't remember, can you? And another element of this is the actual Switch itself. When was the last time you used the touchscreen stuff? The Switch needs to adapt this in the next generation and give it a Wii attitude to games.
They're high on me. Oh God.
Where you can play tennis, fight with a sword. Basically what I'm trying to say, if you're going to put all that stuff into this little console, make it into a Wii Remote-esque thing and then use it in the games. Don't market it as the Wii Switch, keep it simple for gaming dummy brains, because I still don't know what the Wii U is.
Not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Before we wrap up this mumble, another element to this is the Switch screen. When you take the Joy-Cons off the Switch, what does it look like? You in the back, mirror, no, you. What? That's disgusting, get out. I mean, it looks like a tablet. Weird thing about the Switch, it's been around for 7 years, and when you look at it, what do you think about it? I think it looks like a tablet, and I would say the tablets have a pretty big market, and as the Switch could enter that market. Add some tablet type stuff to this system, at least give me Netflix. Imagine though, they could even release games just for tablet. Pokemon have like 50 of them. Them greedy, evil, money hungry little furry, oh they're so cute, I want one. Release them all on Switch and put a shell on it for kids, and then you have another money element to the possible next Switch. Like they need any of it. Mario is the richest guy in Japan. Look at him up there in his mushroom tower. Plumb my arse. And that's it for this mumble. What do you want for the next generation of Switch? Remember, if you got this far, to put mumbles down in the comments and to subscribe for future mumbles. Thank you, and I will see you on the next mumble.